All right, everyone, we're going to get started. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And congratulations on making it to our webinar. Before we get started, just a few groundkeeping things that you should know about our Zoom. The first thing you should know is that all attendees, students, you'll have your videos off and you will be muted. The second thing is please only use the Q&A function. We're going to be turning off we're not going to be really paying attention to the chat function, and please don't use the raise your hand function. For any questions that you may have, just please use the Q&A function only. Today the focus of the webinar is to get you acclimated to the college and to your major. We'll also be sharing information on planning your first quarter schedule. We'll plan to leave most of the time for Q&A at the end, and we will also be posting this webinar on our website within a day or two.
All right, before we get started, we just want to take a moment to introduce ourselves. My name is Hong Dao. I'm one of the 9 academic advisors from the Undergraduate Academic Programs Dean's Office. I've been in the Dean's Office for over 6 years now. I am an alumni from UC Davis and got my undergrad degree in clinical nutrition. The Dean's Office, we are here to support all College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences students with any question that you may have. So please come visit us. And just fun fact about me, I've been cooking a lot more in the past few years, and I do enjoy eating ice cream year round.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Guevara. I am a managerial economics staff advisor. I've been a staff advisor with this major for about four years now. And one fun fact about me is I really love eggs. And so as you can see from my Bitmoji, I'll put eggs in soup, like ramen. I'll put eggs on rice. I'll put eggs on basically about anything except for cereal.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. We're so excited that you guys are here and that you've selected UC Davis. My name is Maria Salanya Seibert, and I am one of the academic advisors here. I'm also an alumni of UC Davis, so some things that you might want to know a little more about our campus, we can chat on our one-on-ones. A fun fact about me, I love hot sauce, and I have a hot sauce bottle in my car, in my purse, and in my office. So just a fun fact about that. I'll pass it on.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Clark Enibaba. I'm one of the major advisors in managerial economics. Welcome to you all. It's nice that you're here. We look forward to helping you on your journey while you're here at UC Davis. Fun fact about me, not so much a fun fact, but just I do love chocolate, as you can see from my Bitmoji, but the other Bitmoji that I have that I go in between is the one that's all surrounded by dogs. I'm a big, huge dog lover, and I like to spend time with my dogs, and one of my dogs, I purchased a shark vest for him, and he goes swimming in the pool, fetching his ball in the pool, so we have a lot of fun doing that. So welcome, everybody, and I hope you get your questions answered today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Geminat Okolo, or Jemmy for short, and I have been a staff advisor with Managerial Economics since 2016. I'm also an alumni of Davis. I also graduated in 2016, so I've been here for a while continuously. And my fun fact is I love most nerdy things, and I have a bunch of nerdy trinkets in my office. So if you also love those nerdy things, I highly encourage you to talk to me about it. I always have a fun conversation with students whenever they point out something that they like. So yeah, welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Anle and I'm a third year managerial economics and stats double major. I've been a peer advisor for Man Econ department since September 2021. And fun fact about me is I love Asian food and boba, and I try to make them at home too. And yesterday we just had a K-barbecue at home. It was pretty good. And welcome to UC Davis.
Thank you so much for the introduction. So me, Chris, and Maria will be co-facilitating this presentation today. And on Q&A, we have Elizabeth, Jimmy, and An that will be answering any questions that you have during this presentation. So now that you have met our faces, we will be going off camera for now, so you can focus on the content of the presentation, and we will come back on camera for the live Q&A. So we will get started. So as a student in the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, you do have a wide network of support here at Davis, which includes your major advisor, the UAP Dean's Office advisor, faculty advisor, and peer advisor. So your major advisor can help you with major specific questions, such as what classes should I be taking? How do I get involved in the major? Or what type of internship or research opportunity are available in my major? They also know the faculty very well. So so they could definitely help connect you to them if you're interested in an area that you want to get involved in. With the UAP Dean's Office, this is a great place to get any clarification on your college, university, and general education. You will hear the academic GE requirements a lot. The Dean's Office can also go over college policy and procedure, especially it could be very confusing coming in as a first-year student or even as a transfer student. And just know this is totally normal and it's okay to ask questions because the policy at your high school, your community college, or your previous institution could be very different. So our office is basically the first point of contact if you have any question and you don't know where to start. So although the major advisor in the Dean's Office, we specialize in certain areas, as you can see here in the slide, both the major advisor and the Dean's Office, we do have some overlap where we can both connect you to campus resources and also introduce you to co-curricular opportunities so that you could get involved in the major or in the college. Next, I want to kind of talk about the faculty advisor. Faculty advisor are basically your professor or your teachers, your instructors. Faculty advisor are a great resource if you're having difficulty in a class. They could definitely provide you with additional support if you reach out to them during office hours. They are also great in helping you tailor your major to your interests. They are great in helping you get connected to different internship, research, lab opportunity. And definitely during your time here at Davis, I would highly recommend start building that rapport with your faculty, especially for those who are interested in going to grad school, medical school, law school. Building that rapport with the faculty advisor can be great for that letter or recommendation when you do decide to do post-secondary after UC Davis. Lastly, we have the peer advisor. We have peer advisor in the Dean's Office and also in the major department. So as An introduced herself earlier, she is a peer advisor in this major. So if you want to hear from her perspective, her class recommendation in the major, I would highly recommend meeting with the peer advisor in the department level. So they're a great resource and could definitely provide you with overview of what is like being in that major and provide you with class recommendation. So all of us here, the major advisor, Dean's Office, faculty, and peer advisor, we're all here to help you navigate during your academic journey here. So don't be afraid to ask for help as you begin your journey here. So that concludes the network of support. And now we're going to move on into the major specific information on measure economics.
So what is managerial economics? Managerial economics, or Man-Econ for short, goes beyond the limits of traditional economics and business majors, blending a thorough grounding in economic theory with business knowledge and applications. The program provides in-depth exposure to economics and quantitative methods, problem-solving strategies, critical thinking, and effective communication skills. It will specialize in one or more emphases selected from the following: business economics, international business economics, environmental and resource economics, and agribusiness economics. We'll briefly go over each one of these emphases in an upcoming slide. Students who graduate from Man-Econ will be skilled in critical thinking and decision-making, supported by economic principles and best practices in business. You'll develop strong quantitative skills that will allow you to have the ability to use data to inform economic and business decisions. You'll also become effective communicators, confidently using appropriate terminology in oral and written form. Lastly, as a Man Econ student, you'll also be able to work effectively in teams to address strategic and organizational challenges. So some possible careers for the Man Econ major. This major prepares students for an ideal transition into promising careers in both the public and private sectors of business and industry. Man Econ graduates have established careers in every area of business, including marketing, analysis, consulting, financial services, accounting, entrepreneurship, real estate, and government. Many Man Econ graduates have entered advanced degree programs in business management, accounting, and law. Now, this slide here is a copy of our degree worksheet. Our degree worksheet shows us all the requirements that you have for the Man Econ major. It looks like a lot, but there's really just 4 components. So in this area here, this top left corner, this is composed of our our major English requirements. You have 1 communication requirement and then 1 business writing requirement. In this section here, this is our preparatory requirements section. It's composed of introductory courses to micro and macroeconomics, calculus, statistics, accounting, business law, and computer science. This bottom left portion here, these are our core classes. Everyone in the major has to complete these 5 core classes regardless of which emphasis you choose. And the 5 classes are 2 intermediate microeconomics courses, an econometrics course, a intermediate macroeconomics course, and then also the operations, research, and management science course. Now, this entire section here, these are our restricted electives. And this is where you'll find our major's 4 different emphases. An emphasis allows the student to select restricted elective requirements that focus on a specific area of study within Man Econ. Each emphasis requires at least 32 units or 8 classes because they're all 4 units each. A number of students get confused and think that they have to do all of them, all of these classes here, but you definitely don't have to do that. You just have to select or complete 8 classes from one of these columns here. Now, the 4 different emphases for the major are business economics, international business economics, environmental resource economics, and agribusiness economics. The business economics emphasis here, this is a kind of a catch-all emphasis, and it's designed for students who are interested in anything that's business related. It provides students with a general understanding of the modern business world. They'll be able to take courses focused on subjects like corporate finance, business strategy, marketing, investment, accounting, and commodity markets. The international business economics emphasis here is for students who are interested in the exploration of economic factors and public policies affecting patterns of growth, international trade, import and export markets, globalization, and emerging market economies. This is the environmental and resource economics emphasis, and is for students who are interested in learning about the vital relationships between the environment, natural resources, and the economy. You'll be able to take courses that involve subjects like climate change, cap and trade, pollution policies, wind and solar energy, and groundwater management. And then the last emphasis is agribusiness economics, and it's designed for students who are interested in food and fiber production, agricultural trade, food consumption, animal welfare, GMO regulations, farm management, and farm labor. Now, this is a lot of information, and you definitely do not need to worry about knowing everything or all of it right now. More information will be introduced to you in your Canvas modules, and we'll also go into more detail in our one-on-one appointments.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, so now you're looking at a new slide. Some of you may be taking a picture of it, and that's okay. But let me tell you, you're also going to be able to find this information in Canvas, like Chris said, and you're also going to be able to find it in our one-on-ones when you meet with us. But let me get started. During EGI advising, staff advisors will go over your individual first quarter schedules, your individual. We're going to tailor that to each one of you. The purpose of this slide is to give you a general idea of what your first quarter would look like. You'll notice if you're a first-year student or a freshman, we recommend a calculus course like Math 16 series. Is the preferred calculus for managerial economics. But you're also allowed to do Math 17 or Math 21 series if you'd like. Staff advisors can discuss the best calculus series for you during your Aggie advising appointment. We also recommend general education courses. An English course helps satisfy the entry-level writing requirement as part of the college composition requirement. The first year seminar or career discovery group will all those encompass into one schedule for the first fall quarter, but we'll get to go through that with you on your individual appointment. If you're a transfer student, you'll notice that your schedule is slightly different. If you have completed the lower division preparatory requirements, we recommend the core classes ARE 100A and upper division ARE restricted elective course, you know, one of the ones from the square from the slide before, a class for your minor, and a first year seminar or discovery group course. This would get you to a full status or a full-time student status of 12 units. If you do not plan to pursue a minor, you can also take a non-major elective, another GE, for example, or another class of interest for it to go towards graduation units. Next slide, please. Thank you. Now, you're probably figuring out what is my to-do list. So if you haven't started taking notes, this is where you take notes and you're like, what am I supposed to do now? Well, complete Aggie 101. Then after that, we'd like you to complete Canvas modules. In the modules, they have so much information. Plus you get to experience Canvas, which is one of the apps that we use or the faculty use here for your classes. So it's a great way to practice. And for additional support, make an appointment between June 21st and August 21st. The slots are already open. All of our schedules are open, so you can make an appointment. However, for those of you who have not made an appointment, please schedule one at UC Davis. Let me say that again, because please make a schedule appointment using appointments.ucdavis.edu. appointments.ucdavis.edu. We will conduct Aggie advising appointments through July 31st. We ask that you please finish Aggie 101 first because it's going to give you so much information. Please complete that before you make your advising appointment. Finishing Aggie 101 will give you the context you need in order to fully understand your major requirements and how they will fit into your overall UC Davis degree. If you have additional questions about managerial economics, I would recommend exploring our website. And I believe Hong already put it on the chat for you if you wanted to go ahead and do that. I also, it also has information on the major requirements, sample plans. There's some videos in there. There are connections to the faculty if you want to know a little bit more about them. There's a page on peer advising, and there's so many other plenty resources in there that you can find that would be a great thing to take a look at before you meet with us so that you can feel a little more informed. So starting June 21st, staff advisors will meet with you to go over your first quarter schedules and any work you are transferring to UC Davis. Many of you have already made an appointment and we are really happy to see those already on the schedule. May I have somebody switch to the next slide? Thank you. After Aggie advising summer registration, please continue to seek advising. We have a full staff, a full team of staff advisors, peer advisors, lead faculty advisors, college advisors, and peer advisors in the college to help navigate the complexities of this major. If it's just for the majors, please make it with us. If you want to navigate throughout different things on the campus, any of those resources would be great and we'd be happy to help you. We also have student service advising assistants who will help you in general questions in scheduling, advising appointments if you're not able to do that. Our office, for example, is also located in 1176 Social Sciences in the Humanities Building. If you're on campus, come visit us.
Now that you have learned a little bit more about advising and how to get connected with your major advisor, we encourage you to get involved with College of Ag as well. There are so many ways to do this during your time here at UC Davis, not just your first quarter. The UAP Dean's Office, we do offer fun opportunities for students to engage with our staff and with your peers. Our Aggie Ambassador Program gives students the chance to participate in community service and outreach while promoting our college. So you'll see there's a photo on the top left here. That's our Aggie Ambassador participating in the outreach in high school at the Future Farmers of America events. Another great opportunity in our college is the Manners organization, which is known as Multiculturalism and Our Culture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences organization, where students can take part in promoting diversity in the field of our culture. Another way to get involved is also the Career Discovery Group. This opportunity is only for new College of Ag students, and this is giving you the opportunity to get a head start in exploring different career paths with the guidance of a campus mentor on campus. All of these programs offer unique ways for new students to get involved with the college, and in some cases, even you can earn academic units within Ag Ambassador, Manners, and the Career Discovery Group. So if you are interested in any of these opportunities, please contact the UAP Dean's Office to join these programs or to get more information. Also, be on the lookout for other events that our college offers, such as Study Break, Slice of Advising. We do have Coffee with the Dean, Ice Cream Social. There is free food, but this is also an opportunity for you to meet your other peers and staff member to get any questions that you may have.
So another way to get involved with other econ majors is to join on-campus clubs. So these are some of the on-campus clubs that a lot of econ majors are in. So when you join on-campus clubs, you also will have the opportunity to apply material learned in class to club business-related projects. And clubs also help students to find a community on campus, and they allow you to meet more students within the major and some outside of the major. Students also have the opportunity to take major classes or do internship abroad. Specifically, ARE 112, Perspective in Global Management in the UK, or STA 103, Statistics for Business and Economics in Poland. And they also have business and communication internships in Japan, Singapore, and Spain over the summer. So if you are interested in this, it is best to communicate with a staff advisor so that they can help create a graduation plan that includes study abroad classes.
That concludes our webinar presentation, and we will spend the rest of our time for any Q&A. If you can stay for this portion, that's okay. You can find all of our contact information on the slide, so I do highly recommend take a picture of the slide and reach out to us if you have any questions this summer. So we do encourage using the, if you have any question, use the Q&A, and me and Chris, Maria, Elizabeth, we can answer any questions that you may have. So definitely utilize that.
Okay, so it looks like we have our first live question. And the question is, can managerial economics students use My Degree to track progress? That's a great question. We actually recommend that you don't use My Degree for managerial economics. It's a little wonky. It's not completely accurate with Man Econ requirements. The application that we recommend that you use instead, or the website that we recommend that you use instead, is Oasis. And within Oasis, there are updated degree worksheets on there. Those are completely up to date. We try to update them, make sure that they're accurate. But a lot of times students who use My Degree, at least for managerial economics, it's not completely accurate. Hong, I think it might be accurate with GEs, is that correct?
I would say with GE, still come to the dean's office, just because My Degree may not maximize your GEs. I would encourage you to come and do a degree or a GE check with our office as well. So like I would say My Degree could be a useful tool, but at the end of the day, still make an appointment with your major advisor and the dean's office advisor at least once a year, just to see where your progress is at. All right, so there's some other questions. Do non-man econ major join these club in case they switch majors or something?
Yes, they do. It's open to all majors, but mostly man econ and econ students are in there.
All right, thank you so much for that. Another question is, what is the process as a current man econ major if I want to change my major, minor in man econ? I'm kind of unclear about this, but I could maybe provide some other guidance to this question. As a first quarter student, whether you're a freshman or a transfer student, you cannot change your major during your first quarter here. If you are thinking of switching your major out of man econ to a different major, your coursework should reflect that new major direction. Definitely meet with a new major advisor for course planning. Some major here at UC Davis, there are prerequisites that you have to meet in order for you to declare that major. So this is where it's important to meet with that new intended major just to talk about course planning and the change in major process. So there are majors where after fall quarter, you're in good standing and you want to change to a different major, you can automatically switch into that. If a student wants to switch into a different major that have prerequisite, you can't officially declare that major until you finish all those prerequisites, but your classes should gear toward that new major. So I hope that I answered that question for that student that provided that question. So I will just move along with the Q&A. I think there's some questions about how can we start signing up for classes for fall. So now, like Maria mentioned, the appointment system will be open starting June 21st all the way to August 21st. We do highly recommend that you finish the Aggie 101 and also the Aggie Advising Canvas modules before this advising appointment. For first year freshmen, you will be registering for classes on July 18, 19, and 20. For the incoming transfer student, you will register for classes on August 15, 16, and 17. So you will have an opportunity to sign up for that day. And there will be registration support on those 3 days, whether in July or August, to kind of support you with your registration.
And just a reminder, you can book an appointment with an advisor using appointments.ucdavis.edu.
And then there's a question, if you are a transfer student, how will you go about heading to neither law school or an accounting master program? Will business economic be the best path? I'm not sure if any of the Manning Con advisor wants to answer that.
That's a good question. I think the first thing we would recommend is that we have a resource on campus called Graduate pre-graduate advising, it's pre-graduate advising office. Because every law school or accounting master's program may be different in what their admissions requirements are, it's really best to first check to see what the admissions requirements are for the specific master's program that you're looking into. And then that could kind of tell you which kinds of classes you should be taking at UC Davis as an undergrad. And then you could choose your emphasis based on that. For the accounting, for an accounting master's program, that one I think is a little bit more tailored for business economics, that business economics emphasis, because I believe that and our agribusiness emphasis are the only emphases that have accounting classes that can count as restricted electives. But if you're looking at a business admin program or a law school, first check with the school, see what their admissions requirements are. Check in with our pre-grad advising office. And then from there, whatever information you got from that, you can meet with a major advisor, and then we can take a look at classes that would best satisfy those requirements.
Thank you, Chris. I know Maria put a first year seminar. Someone in the Q&A asked a question, so I'm going to just address that. Can you provide more information on first year seminar? Is this required or recommended? So Maria did provide the first year seminar website on here. The fall 2022 link is not available yet, but this is not required. It is recommended. If you needed to add another class just to reach the minimum 12 units, first year seminar is a great way just to add another unit to reach that unit limit. Definitely there, when the information is available, take a look at the topics, what's available. If that class sounds interesting to you, highly recommend signing up for that, but it is not required, it is recommended. Another question, when will we be selecting our classes with an advisor? Also, if I want to switch my major, would that be possible? I think earlier I did address the switching your major. That is feasible. Just work with that new intended major advisor on course planning and the change of major process. In terms of selecting your class, like I mentioned earlier, make sure you complete Aggie 101 and the Aggie advising module, and then make an appointment with your major advisor between June 21st to August 21st. And during that advising appointment 101, your advisor will help you with course planning. The next question, what is the CRN for CDG that corresponds to measure economics? I think earlier I did provide the CDG website earlier. There's not a specific section for CDG that is just specifically for Man Econ. But this is where you may have, during this career discovery group program, there is a campus mentor that can definitely help you with career exploration, and also definitely continue working with your major advisor and the internship and career center with different career path as well. There's a question, are there Facebook and Instagram account mentioned on the slide? Does that mean we can connect and ask questions by social media? Not sure if Man Econ, you want to take this, or there's a preferred method and for the students to reach out to you.
Yeah, you can ask general questions. They are Instagram and Facebook accounts that are run by our peer advisors. But if you need a more detailed conversation, you should definitely make an appointment. The social media is just for super general questions and updates about our department.
Great, thanks, Jemmy. I think a common question is about making an appointment with the website and shows that there's no appointment available for the upcoming. How can we make an appointment? So when you log onto the appointment system website, appointments.ucdavis.edu, make sure you select measure economics and make sure that you select staff advisor. And I think the availability should be, there should be availability for you to book an appointment. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong, Man Econ staff.
For Man Econ, if you're not seeing anything for this week, it's because our appointment calendar isn't open for this week. We will begin meeting with students starting next Tuesday. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that. Next question, can students take summer courses even though they may be transferring in the fall? So I'm not sure when you mean transferring or like when you're admitted here for fall, but from me interpreting this question, if you are a first-year student or even a transfer student and you would like to take classes here at UC Davis, you are more than welcome to take classes here over the summer. However, you will need, in order for you to sign up for summer classes, you will need to fill out a summer application form. And I'll put that in the chat. So if you are thinking about taking classes here at Davis, you will need to fill out the application. Summer session 1 here at Davis, we are starting on Tuesday, June 21st. And then summer session 2, I think the start beginning of August. So if you are interested in taking summer school, definitely fill out the application form. If you are interested in getting financial aid, make sure you fill out the financial aid application. If you have any questions about that, make sure you reach out to the financial office about that. And you do need to register for a minimum 6 units over the summer to get financial aid. You are also more than welcome to take classes at your community college or any other institution and transfer them in. So definitely reach out to us if you need help with figure out what classes, if the course is going to transfer here to UC Davis, the course equivalency, the Mount Econ team could help you with that. And another question, are you able to book more than one Aggie advising appointment? For example, if I want to talk to Mount Econ advisor and an advisor for a major, I would like to double in. So if you are interested potentially doing a double major, definitely you could reach out and make an appointment with your current major and also meet with your intended major advisor. However, if you are thinking, I'm using Anne for an example, because she mentioned she was a double major. So since everyone here is currently Mount Econ, you have the appointment system to Mount Econ availability. So if you wanted to make an appointment with statistics department, you may not able to make an appointment through the appointment system because the appointment system is only open to students declare that major. So if you want to meet with that intended major advisor because you want to do a double major or you want to switch your major, I would highly recommend looking up the advising, their advising contact information, email them or call them to let them know you're interested in switching your major or you want to do a double major and you want an advising appointment. So you are more than welcome to meet with multiple different advisor and your advisor multiple times during the year. And definitely continue. I mean, those are really, really great questions, everyone. Continue to ask any questions here. And then if there's any tips from Mount Econ or even a peer, definitely share that to our incoming students just so we could prepare them for academic success as they start their journey here.
Let me share one academic tip. There's a lot of things to do on campus in your first quarter, and it can easily get overwhelming just with so many things that are going on. Take your first quarter to kind of get to know the campus, see what student organizations are available to you that you may want to join, and maybe not commit to joining them until the following quarter, just so that you can establish yourself with your studies, your classes, where they are. Now, if you can do that within the first 2 weeks and you're going to join a club a little bit later in the quarter, that's great. But take the first couple of weeks just to get to know the campus, yourself, your study habits. Use that as a transition because there's a vast number of resources and we can help you with those. I just don't want you to get overwhelmed. So take your time in selecting.
All right, we have a few more questions in the Q&A that I want to make sure we address. We have about 15 minutes, so keep those questions coming in if you have them. So the next question is, when is the best time to apply or look into study abroad programs? So if you are interested in that, I would highly recommend even meeting with your major advisor to kind of discuss about it because depending on the program, you could definitely go study abroad and take classes during study abroad and they could count for your major requirement or even GE requirements. So definitely start thinking about when you want to go. I could definitely provide the study abroad website to see what kind of program you want to attend. If you want to count the classes that you take abroad for your major, this is where maybe your major advisor may have met with other students who have done study abroad and they know which classes. So definitely check in, talk to your major advisor about that. And feel free, any other advisor, to add in if you want to add any other information to my answer. So I did provide the study abroad. There's so many study abroad. We have study abroad in the fall, winter, spring. We'll also have in the summer as well. So you have a lot of different opportunities in time to kind of figure out the study abroad.
And for Man Econ specifically, if you're looking to take classes that are related to the major, say that you're interested in business classes at a school abroad that's known for business management, right? It's best to start look into study abroad maybe in the summer after your sophomore year, like in between your sophomore and your junior year, just because you'll have most of the lower division prerequisite classes completed, and then that will give you a chance to take some of the more upper division classes that would be more directly related to the major, right? And we do have a very specific process, and we have a very specific process on how classes that are from abroad can count towards the major. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, first meet with study abroad to find out which program you want to join, and then you'll want to meet with us and we'll help you figure out which classes can count towards the major.
Great. Another question on assist. It was mentioned that UC Davis requires student to complete UC transfer admission requirement by the end of spring term prior to fall enrollment. However, I am taking 2 prerequisite in the summer here at community college. So does that mean that those classes are not going to count toward my major requirements?
So those classes will count if you get the required passing grade to them. You just want to make sure that you submit your transcripts as soon as you get your final grade, submit them as soon as possible. And then it would also be helpful if there are prerequisites to classes that you're trying to register for in the fall, that you also send us like a screenshot of your academic record with those final grades in them, and make sure that it has the class, the actual final grade, your name is on that screenshot, the school that you went to, and then also the quarter semester that it was taken in.
All right, thank you, Chris. Another question, can we start registration for classes now? I mean, before meeting with my advisor? You could definitely go onto Schedule Builder, figure out what classes you want, but you can't technically register and be enrolled in a class until July 18 if you are a first-year freshman, or August 15 if you're a first-year transfer student. So you could definitely start looking in Schedule Builder, figuring that out, but I would recommend meet with your major advisor so they can look at your record, your courses that you have taken, AP, community college classes, other classes prior to coming to UC Davis, just to make sure that you are set up for success and figure out what classes you should be taking for the fall quarter.
And just adding to that, Schedule Builder does allow you to save the classes that you're interested in. So if you're interested in 3 or 4, and you don't know if they'll get full by the time it's your registration time, just save them. And then maybe at our meeting, the meeting with the staff advisor, then we can go over your list and either update or keep them in there so that when it is time to register, then you'll have kind of a bucket to pull from.
And then I would say another thing to mention for anyone here on the webinar who are a transfer student, if you reported that you have completed a AGETC, I'll put the acronym in the chat. If you have an AGETC from your community college, make sure that you reach out to your community college advisor and have them fill out that AGETC certification. And you could definitely have the advisor send that over to the dean's office. So if you have a full AGETC, that means you're exempt from GEs here from UC Davis. And the only thing you have to worry about is just the major classes when you get here. So the AGETC is only for transfer students that attended California Community College and you have completed that. So whether if it's a partial or a full, just make sure I have the community college advisor email that certification to that CAES advising at ucdavis.edu. All right, we have about 10 minutes. Any last question? If you don't, you are more than welcome to leave. We thank you a lot for attending this webinar, but we will be here in the next 10 minutes for any other question that you all may have. So we have another question. To build a schedule, is it better to meet with a peer advisor or a staff advisor? We do recommend meeting with a staff advisor just to help you with the fall course planning. But I'll let Econ advisor kind of chime in on this question to get your insight to provide to our students about this question.
So meeting with a staff advisor is great, but meeting with a peer advisor is just as great. Peer advisors, and An could speak to this, they're students who are actually taking the classes that you're about to take. So it's a really good way to get perspective on what the content of the class is. So if you're wondering about, is this class about XYZ, what kind of assignments am I going to be doing, what are the exams like, peer advisors are a great resource for that. They also help build schedules or help you plan, make your academic plan just as well as a staff advisor would. So I would definitely recommend utilizing the peer advisors just because they provide, the same quality advice as a staff advisor. I think a lot of students sometimes think that, they have to go to a staff advisor to get specific kind of advice, but peer advisors advise just as well as we do. An, do you want to speak about being a peer advisor?
Well, yeah, like I do agree with you that like I can share insight on the classes and stuff, and like the workload and how the schedule would look like, and also like how to study for the class and the exams and how the professors are. So I would say like that's something that I have experience with the classes, so it's different.
All right, thank you so much for that, Chris and An. There is a lot of questions about making an appointment with an advisor. So I'm going to reiterate that. Econ, feel free to jump in about your appointment system. So as Maria mentioned in the presentation earlier, the first step is to complete Aggie 101. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is after you finish the Aggie 101, make sure you complete the Aggie Advising Campus module in that worksheet and upload that worksheet. Just because before you meet with an advisor, they're going to pull up that worksheet and go over that to make sure the classes that you take in the fall is accurate based off the information and you're not duplicating any credit, especially if you receive college credit through your AP IB scores or classes that you have taken at the community college. This is where the worksheet is helpful to make sure that you're not signing up for duplication credit. So first, Aggie 101. Second, Aggie Advising Campus module with the worksheet. And then the third step is to go to the appointments.ucdavis.edu to make an appointment with a staff advisor. I'm just reiterating just because there've been a few questions in the Q&A in regards to booking an appointment with an advisor. So I hopefully that clarifies many of those questions. There's a question, where can I find the form of GE classes that I could send to my community college advisor? If this is in regards to the AGETC, as I mentioned earlier, this is where you will just reach out to your community college advisor and mention, I'm transferring to UC Davis in the fall. I just want to confirm that you, as my community college advisor, have sent my IGETC certification to UC Davis. So this is where you would have to check in with your community college advisor. There's another question in regards to my transfer counselor from my community college sent my IGETC certification at the end of May. How do I know if Davis received it? So one thing that we do in the dean's office is we will do for a transfer student, we do a transfer credit evaluation. So if your IGETC is received, we will notify you that our office received it, and that means your GEs are done. So if you, and we will do that evaluation through the summer, all the way up to before your pass one for winter. And if you didn't receive any notification from our office, I do recommend emailing our general email at caesadvising@ucdavis.edu, and we can follow up and look at your record to see where's your IGETC at. Another question, I checked on Schedule Builder and I noticed that there is only one professor for most courses. Is this true for all courses in this major? If Matt Econ advisor wants to take that question.
That depends on the class that you're looking for. So it may show, for example, if you're looking at ARE 100A, it may show like 4 or 5 different sections. It's not that it's multiple classes, it's that it's one class that has like 5 or 6 sections, and it will have the same name of the same professor because he or she is teaching that particular class. You'll notice that in other classes that have multiple sections. So for our classes, it's mainly one professor per section. If you'll notice if you're looking at Canvas right now, if it said section 001, all of those 001 sections will have the same instructor. If there is a second class that has 002, it may be a second instructor or a second section. But for the most part, yeah, if it's one lecture with different sections, it would be one instructor. Our classes tend to be a little bit larger, on the larger side, because we are a bigger major. And so to give the capacity for students, you'll see multiple sections with one professor.
Can I quickly clarify? So going back to the peer advising appointments, you are definitely welcome to meet with them. But for that very first initial Aggie advising appointment in the summer, you should be making that with staff advisors. And then you are welcome to talk to our peer advisors in September and on. All right, so just remember to select the staff calendar when you're making an appointment.
All right, we have about 3 minutes. Any final questions? Just know that we are available throughout the summer. So if you don't have a question now and you do later, feel free to contact us or jot down your questions. So when you do have your advising appointment with your major advisor, then we can make sure that we are answering and addressing your questions. All right, so if you don't have any more questions, we just want to say thank you for attending this webinar. This webinar will be posted on the Metro Economics website under the incoming student tab. So be on the lookout for the recording if you need to rewatch this webinar for more information. Thank you again, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.